The movie opens in a forest where a man named Clyde panics to escape from an unknown creature. He soon arrives at a cave by following his map but hesitates to go in. Suddenly, another man shows up, threatening Clyde to give him a map, yet Clyde throws it into the cave. Due to his stubbornness, Clyde is shot dead, and immediately the creature emerges from the forest, ending the man's life as well. Later, a man known as Nick comes to see his brother Tristan but finds that he is no longer in the house. As he sees his dog Max run away into the forest, he follows its tail and comes across a dead kangaroo. Suddenly, Tristan appears to scare him from behind, and Nick is curious about what happened to the kangaroo, yet Tristan is not sure about it. However, Tristan contacts Nick to come here because he received a letter from their granddad, and Tristan wants Nick to see it as well. While reading, Nick discovers that their granddad transferred the property to Tristan before passing. Tristan reveals a local developer wants to buy the land from him with a large amount of money, but he hesitates as this is not what his granddad wants, and he needs Nick to give him suggestions. Nick advises it is up to him, which disappoints Tristan as he expects at least some great advice. Later, Nick approaches Tristan to apologize for what he has said. However, Tristan doesn't know what he's gonna do, which is why he needs Nick's suggestion. Tristan asks Nick to help him bury the kangaroo, and suddenly they hear the noise of branches cracking coming from the tree. Thus, they immediately return to the house, knowing the thing that killed the kangaroo is sticking around there. That evening, their granddad's friend Garvey approaches Tristan to talk to him. Garvey reveals he is the one who sent him a letter, and Tristan asks for suggestions from him about selling the land. Garvey lets him know all the land there is also part of his neighbors, and it would be sacred if Tristan takes one from the other. However, he hopes Tristan will make a good decision and provides him with a phone number to contact. Later that night, Tristan and Nick get a drink together, talking about their memories, but suddenly a creature roars from the forest, leading them to get back inside the house. While sleeping, Nick hears a rattling noise again and gets up to see what it is, yet Tristan shows up behind and scares the hell out of both of them. Suddenly, the creature appears behind, but they don't notice and proceed to make their way into the living room. However, they find nothing, yet at the same time, Nick hears deep guttural breathing from the curtain window and attempts to confront the creature. Later, the dog barks, which immediately destroys their concentration, and the creature's breathing also ceases. The following morning, their friends are coming to his house, whom Tristan invites for a party night. One of Nick's friends, BJ, seems arrogant to him. Later that night, while drinking, Tristan brings Rebecca to smash in his room. BJ's girlfriend, Anya, also wants to smash with him, but he wants to drink a little bit more and lets her wait in the van first. Nick then approaches Anya to talk to her, and soon it is revealed she is his ex-girlfriend. Suddenly, a roar comes from the forest again, and BJ asks his friend Jason to go and see what it is. Not long after, Nick hears Jason scream and rushes into the forest to save him. There, he catches a glimpse of Red Eyes in the bush and quickly gets Jason back to the house. The next day, Nick discovers the old newspaper of his grandma disappearing, revealing that Clyde is his granddad. He also finds Clyde's map as well. Rebecca then dresses up in a bikini and heads to the lake. On the way, she comes across the creature that emerges from the tree, but she doesn't notice. While swimming, suddenly BJ appears behind her, asking for a smash, yet Rebecca refuses as he is already with Anya. After returning from the market, Tristan asks Nick to stop at the developer's site office to talk about the land. However, Nick advises him to take the money as he doesn't want Tristan to live out there alone. Soon, he arrives to meet the developer Richards, who provides the contract for Tristan to sign. However, Nick finds a pair of night goggles in the office and stops Tristan from signing the contract. He then sees the map on the wall, which is the same as Clyde's map, and immediately becomes suspicious. Upon arriving home, Tristan is really mad at Nick. However, Nick reveals that he is certain Richards has been sneaking around their house with night goggles, which are the same eyes he saw the night before, and he assumes Richards might be the one who killed the kangaroo as well. But Tristan doesn't take his words seriously. Later, Tristan finds out Rebecca hasn't returned from swimming yet, so they go to the lake to find her, but only discover her towel dropped nearby. Unfortunately, Rebecca is now possessed by the creature and murders the fisherman. Tristan informs Nick that Rebecca is missing since they left this morning, and Nick allows Tristan to take the dog with him to find her. Nick then asks Anya to assist him in the plan to investigate what Richards is up to. Soon, Nick and Anya arrive at Richards' office. As a car approaches, Nick quickly hides himself in the back of the van. Richards comes close to Anya, curious about what she is doing out there. She pretends her van is not starting and waits for her fiancé to help her out. As Richards leaves, Nick hurries to get information from the office. There, he discovers Richards is conducting some chemical tests and finds his ghillie suits. In the forest, while Jason and his girlfriend Kate are looking out for Rebecca, suddenly the creature appears, attempting to take their lives, and they quickly run for help. On the other side of the forest, Tristan and BJ eventually come across Rebecca, but this is not the Rebecca they are looking for. However, they are immediately possessed by Rebecca to follow her, but fortunately, Max Max the dog arrives on time to save both of them. Soon, they catch sight of Jason and Kate, who are trying their best to escape from the creature. However, Kate isn't able to make it and is dragged down into the water by the creature. They rush back to the house, hoping to survive the night, and BJ is blamed as a coward who only runs for his own life, leaving others behind. At the same time, the door is knocked by someone, which leads Tristan to go and confront them. To his surprise, it is his dad. At Richards' office, after Nick comes out from the room, he is covered up by Garvey's man. However, Garvey knows there is a creature before Nick does, and as Nick has already found out, he asks Nick for his help. Anya is confused right now and wants to know what is going on. Thus, Nick explains that he has also just discovered his granddad was a cryptozoologist, someone who researches mythical creatures, and the creature Clyde studied is known as Bunyip. Back at the house, Tristan's dad Sam arrives with Richards and the other army to take down the creature. Sam reveals to Tristan that his grandma was murdered by the creature, and as he knows Tristan is out there alone, he decides to help Richards get rid of that creature. As Sam has heard the creature has gotten 2 of the women, he informs this to Richards, and only 1 woman is left remaining, which is Anya. They plan to use her to lure the creature out. Sam brings Tristan to get his weapon ready, and Tristan is grateful that his dad is looking out for him, especially considering the money Sam has provided for him all these years. However, Sam immediately gets bored of him since he is a talkative person. Jason and BJ are also provided with weapons to help capture the creature. At Garvey's camp, he tells a story about how the creature Bunyip has a life on this earth. When the Rainbow Serpent created the earth, she also created one wise man, Bayami. She gave him the power to protect the land, people, and all the animals. But one of the tribesmen didn't like this, so he went and ate the sacred animals. However, this enraged Bayami, and he decided to punish the man. During their fight, the man took on a spirit form and became the Bunyip. Since then, the Bunyip has sworn vengeance on all the tribes. Its evil spirit infested all the waters, devouring anyone who went down there. The tribes and people lived in fear of the Bunyip, so Bayami decided to cage the Bunyip in the cave for all eternity. But now, Kate and Rebecca are possessed by the Bunyip, granting it the power to travel beyond its cave. Anya is its last target, and if the Bunyip possesses her, it will have the power to wreak havoc across the land. As Anya arrives at the house, she is immediately knocked out by Richards, who takes her to the forest for the Bunyip. Upon seeing this, Tristan bursts out in anger, attempting to help her, but he can do nothing about it. Sam threatens him and his friends to get back in the truck and do whatever they are told. Suddenly, the Bunyip emerges from the forest, and everyone starts opening fire. Later, the creature becomes stuck in the nets, leaving it with nowhere to run. The army prepares to use electricity to shock the creature unconscious, but it doesn't go as planned. The creature begins attacking everyone, killing all of the army personnel. Jason and BJ escape in the truck, and Tristan manages to hop on in time, but Anya is interrupted by Richards, leading her to escape into the forest. As Richards searches for her, he suddenly comes across the creature and is torn into pieces. However, Anya is captured by Sam. Tristan then blames BJ for leaving Anya behind and orders BJ to turn back and find her, but the creature is on their tail, approaching them, so Tristan urges BJ to speed up as fast as he can. Unfortunately, they crash into a tree, immediately killing Jason, and Tristan goes missing with the creature. Soon, BJ is approached by evil Kate and Rebecca. As Nick arrives home, he finds no one there, so he makes his way into the jungle only to discover abandoned trucks and equipment. However, Tristan and BJ have been captured and taken to the Bunyip's cave. Garvey approaches Nick, asking where Anya is. Upon learning that Anya is missing, he warns Nick to find her before she is captured by the Bunyip, as it would be a big problem for all of them. He gives Nick a map to travel to the Bunyip's cave. Meanwhile, Sam brings Anya into the cave to bait the Bunyip out. Sam is doing all of this because of the money. Many people would pay big money for that creature. He also reveals that he is the one who killed Clyde. As Garvey and Nick arrive at the cave, Garvey outlines the plan for Nick to rescue Tristan and Anya while he handles the Bunyip. He then provides Nick with ancient weapons to confront the Bunyip. Suddenly, the Bunyip reveals itself to Anya and begins to possess her. When Nick and Garvey enter the cave, Nick comes across Sam, who watches the Bunyip perform its ritual, and they engage in a fight. However, Garvey interrupts the Bunyip's ritual by throwing a spear into its chest. Later, Nick manages to taser Sam unconscious and quickly rushes to help Garvey. On his way, he encounters Kate and Rebecca, who try to stop him, but he uses the ancient weapon to clear the path. He immediately distracts the Bunyip from attacking Garvey, and when the creature ignores Garvey, he throws his boomerang into the Bunyip's eye, breaking the spell and freeing Kate and Rebecca from its control. Garvey orders Nick to get the girls out while he continues to deal with the creature alone. After successfully rescuing the girls, Nick goes to save Tristan. Unfortunately, Nick is shot by Sam. Nick then orders Tristan to leave and confronts Sam one-on-one. They engage in another brawl, but Nick, who is already injured, is repeatedly beaten. Meanwhile, Garvey prepares to use his ultimate weapon, a large flute, to kill the creature. As he starts blowing the flute, the cave begins to collapse. Sam becomes trapped by Nick, and eventually eventually, the creature explodes, killing everyone in the cave. Upon hearing the explosion, Tristan rushes back to the cave to save his brother, but it is too late. Anya mourns Nick's death, and in the end, Tristan and the 3 other girls make their way to a better place. And this concludes the movie. You can watch more videos like this by clicking on the link in the middle, and see you in the next video.